Hey there, thanks for joining us. I'm Julie with the Buzz Agency here with the Family Law section of the Florida Bar, and this is our Faces of Family Law series. And today we're super excited to have attorney John Foster with us. He is with Family Complex Litigation and Collaborative Group in Orlando. Thanks for being here, John.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about your firm, where you're located, and what your practice area is.
Well, as you mentioned, it's in Orlando, in the center of the state of Florida, and our name I think tells you what we do. We do we do family law exclusively. That's our exclusive practice area. It's a boutique firm, and we handle all matters involving family law through all different alternatives for resolution, whether it's litigation and appeals, mediation, the collaborative law process, or what I call the kitchen table approach, where parties may have pretty well worked out what they need to do in terms of the resolution of their matter, but they need some family law professionals to assist them in the proper documentation of their settlement.
Wonderful. And you are an executive council member of the Family Law section.
Okay.
How long have you been involved with Family Law section? And what are your other roles within it?
I was thinking about that. I think I've been actually actively involved in the family law section for like 15 years. And so about a decade plus 5. And my roles have been various throughout the years. Currently, I serve as a member of the Executive Council, which is the governing body of the family law section. I also serve on the legislation committee, which deals with the legislative matters that impact family law and the creation and vetting of the laws impacting family law. I chair the ad hoc parentage committee. I chair the ad hoc health and wellness committee. And I also currently serve on the ad hoc joint committee of the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers and the family law section. And also involved in other committees like the Children's Issues Committees committee and the Domestic Violence Committee. And in the past, I've done other committee work. I've chaired the Equitable Distribution Committee, and tried to stay very actively involved in the section's work.
So I guess the question should have been, what don't you do for the family law section?
There's a lot that a lot of people do a whole lot more than I do. So we have some very, very committed members of our section. So they do a lot of great, fine work.
Absolutely, we have found that to be true. So as an executive council member, what are your goals this year? What are you focusing on behalf of the section?
Well, I mean, just was speaking for myself, I have 2 big focuses this year. One is the enactment or a passage of a parentage bill, which is a bill that's been created to fill a huge gap that's needed to be filled in the paternity statute, dealing with what we call quasi-marital children, who are children born during a marriage where the biological father is not the husband of the child or children. And so that is not addressed in the paternity statute, and it is a huge gap. And so there is a parentage bill that we'll be promoting and trying to obtain passage through the legislature.
That's wonderful. How would you say that being involved in this section has helped you both personally and professionally throughout your career?
Well, I mean, many ways. It really, as a member and for members, it stirs the passions that you have for families, and it brings meaning to your personal and family in your personal and professional life. And I can say for me, it's definitely done that. I mean, literally, when you're involved in the family law section and doing committee work and involved in the various committees, you are at the cutting edge of family law. You are involved in a process that is creating and vetting the very laws that impact family law. And so that provides a lot of meaning to your profession, meaning to your life. And I might also add, obviously being involved in that process, it's an educational process in and of itself. So you are absolutely staying on top of the profession by being involved in the family law section and doing very, very good work for our Florida families.
That is wonderful and very inspiring. Thank you. What advice would you give someone who might be a section member but is not yet really involved in any committees? What would you encourage them to do?
Well, before I answer that, can I just tell you one other focus?
Absolutely.
Okay, because it's a very important issue that I think the section is dealing with, and that's the health and wellness of our profession and our members in the profession. So that's another focus that I know the executive council has, the section has, and that I personally have in terms of promoting the health and wellness of our members, and making sure that they are aware of the various resources that are available to them to address some very, very hard topics that exist out there in the way of addiction, substance abuse, alcoholism, mental health issues, and things like that. Because when you think about it, practitioners get involved in those issues in two very big ways. First, as professionals, it's something that each professional is going to, I think, be dealing with either personally or somebody that they know within the profession, because statistically, the problem is actually larger within the profession of lawyers and family law lawyers in particular than in the general population. And so knowing what the resources are that to bring help and assistance to those colleagues and to themselves is very important. And also within our cases and our practices. When we deal with parenting issues, we deal with issues where the parenting responsibilities and ability to timeshare and have custody of children are impacted by things like addiction and substance abuse and mental health issues. And so we need to know how to deal with that within our practices and our cases. So that's a huge focus this year and I think it's going to be a long time focus for the section and for the executive council.
I think I've seen the Florida Bar really step up in that area as well.
Right. The Florida Bar, the judiciary, everyone has gotten on that, has seen the importance of that issue. Mm-hmm. And so, everybody is doing a fantastic job of trying to keep that health and wellness at top of mind and making sure everybody is focused on it from an educational and communication standpoint.
We are all here to help each other. And that's another benefit of being a section member is you have a huge network of people who you can lean on.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. Yeah.
So,
I wanted to just make sure that we talked about that because it is a huge issue these days.
Agreed. And that comes straight from the section leadership too. I know that's a big focus. So you would encourage committee participation, and where would somebody new to the section start? What would you suggest they become involved in as far as committees?
Well, talking personally from personal experience, and also knowing this from others who are involved, is you just show up. You just start showing up at committee meetings, and that's half the job, by showing up and getting involved. Because what's going to happen if you show up? You're gonna be at a committee meeting. You're going to be assigned to a subcommittee on topics that are near and dear to your heart, and you're going to start doing work that is very meaningful to you, and just start getting involved. And I tell folks who are young lawyers, particularly, who are wondering whether they should get involved, I tell them absolutely you should get involved. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain, and the things you gain out of it are just unbelievable. You're dealing with lawyers throughout the state of Florida who are very passionate, committed to the family law practice and to the Florida families, and you are on that, as I said before, on that cutting edge of developing and vetting the laws that impact Florida families. And you have a networking component to it as well. You're getting to know folks throughout the state of Florida, and you're getting your name out there. And that has a very beneficial impact to you personally and professionally. And last but not least, you are acquiring long-lasting relationships and friendships with other lawyers and professionals, not just lawyers. We're just talking about judges, general magistrates, hearing officers, mental health professionals, financial professionals, all the others who get involved in the family law section, with whom you're developing lifelong friendships and relationships. And so you just can't get that anywhere else.
Wonderfully stated. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Before we close, we have to ask everybody this. What is one thing that people might not know about you?
Well, let's see. You might not know I've got 5 grandchildren.
Ah, my goodness.
And they call me Surf Daddy.
That's
I'm an old surfer. I've been surfing for the last 54, 55 years. And I still surf. I still paddle out and surf. My home break's in Playa Hermosa, Costa Rica, where I actually maintain a small office so that I can go there more often and surf and continue to work for the Florida Olympics. So it's, that's, some people know that, but not a lot of people.
That's a great story. Thank you so much.
Sure.
And thank you, John, so much for serving Florida families and this section. And, we're honored to have your service. And I appreciate your time today. Anything else you want to add?
No, I just appreciate, the interview. And if you ever need anything or have more questions, give me a call and I'll be happy to answer them as best I can.
Awesome. Thank you so much, John. And everybody, don't forget to join us on social media at Family Law FLA. And we look forward to meeting more of you here in the future. Thanks so much, John.
No, thank you very much. Bye-bye now.
Bye.